you own an Apple Watch and wish you could control your Tesla Model 3 directly from the watch? Maybe you wish you could open the car's boot or windows as you're walking towards the car. Well, this is exactly what you can do with this app, and we're going to take a look at it in this video. Open boot. Hey, welcome to the video. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the Apple Watch. I use it from everything from paying for stuff in the shops to improving my fitness. And I always thought it would be really good to be able to use your Apple Watch to control your Tesla Model 3. And that's exactly what Watch app for Tesla can do. Now, of course, this is all about speed. Your Tesla app can do everything the Watch app can do. But if you're walking towards your car, maybe with your shopping bags, you have to stop, get your phone out of your pocket, unlock it, look at the phone, open the Tesla app, and then access the functions. I know it's kind of like first world problems, but with the Watch app for Tesla, you can have a complication on the watch face and just tap that to open your boot, or you can use the Siri commands and just carry on walking with your shopping bags in your hand, which is really, really cool, and one of the main reasons I really like this app. Hey, open trunk. Let's take a look at what this app can do. And really, this is the only way to control your Tesla from the Apple Watch itself. So first of all, let's jump in and I'll show you what the app looks like. So you've got the Watch app for Tesla there. When we open it up, you're greeted with the name of your car and the percentage battery that you've got left. You can actually tap this and you get the estimated miles left or the range in your car. So you can see I've got 84% and 277 miles. Next up, we've got the sort of air conditioning that we can turn on or off. We've got the open funk. We've got the lock and unlock button. We've got the open boot. We've got some charging icons here, and you can actually change all of these around. We can see the temperature, both inside and outside the car. And you can see if the car is actually charging. We've got the charge limit as well. Now you can actually add more to this. So if we go to the right here, this is where you get all of the shortcuts. So you can see a picture of my car in the background. I obviously don't have some of these features, so they're grayed out, but you've got home link, a remote start. You can defrost the car, seat heaters, enable or disable Sentry mode. You can vent the windows, vent the sunroof if it had one, location of the car, flash the headlights, honk the horn, a compass, which I'll get into in a second, and you can start charging if you're charging at home. Now, if we go into the settings here, you can actually change a few more things. So you've got a control order, and we can actually change or reset the shortcuts that we have there. So depending on what you like, you can change these shortcuts here. There's also more advanced features such as remote start, turning that on and off, the open features reminder, and the plug-in reminder as well. Now, one part of the app I really like is the compass feature. Now, I just thought this was a compass that included in the app, but it's actually more of a locator. So if you're in a huge car park, maybe you've gone to a huge shopping center like we're at now, and it's just full of cars and you can't find your car, this will actually direct you to your car. So this is really cool. So what I'm going to do is open the Watch app for Tesla. It's going to open up the compass and then guide me directly to the car. So I'm going to open the Watch app for Tesla. And as you can see, there's a little compass on here. And as I turn and rotate my wrist, if I was facing over this way, for example, you can see I'm facing the wrong way. If I turn and face the car, you can see it says we're 163 feet away from the car, which means I could then walk to the car to find it. Also, if there's maybe a row of Teslas and you're not sure which one is yours, you can do the flash headlight button. So I'm going to do that now, tap that, and the Tesla will flash in the distance there, like so. So I'll tap it again, and we can see that the headlights flash. But as we walk towards the car, it's going to show us exactly where the car is. So the app is £11.99, which doesn't make it the cheapest app, but it does provide a lot of value. And at the moment, it's the only way you can access these kind of shortcuts on an Apple Watch. Now, when you buy the app, it's worth noting that you also get the app for an iPad, for an iPhone, and for a MacBook Pro or an iMac if you have one of those devices. So this means if you're on your Mac desktop at work, you can check the status of your car without checking your Apple Watch or your iPhone, which is quite cool. Same goes for the iPhone and iPad. You get little widgets so you can control your car directly from your iPad screen. You can see your charge limits and all of the things like that, which is pretty cool. Just a nice to know if you thought this was only for your Apple Watch. In terms of security, the app does require you to sign into your Tesla account. However, the app makers never get any of your data as it uses an API token system. The app does not communicate with any third-party servers, and authentication and API usage goes directly from your device straight to Tesla. So in theory, it should be very safe to use. Now let's talk about complications. If you own an Apple Watch, you'll know this is a really great feature. So complications are the tiny little shortcuts that you can create on the Apple Watch face. And a lot of people will have this set up so they can access maybe a Starbucks card or a gym workout, things like that. And the Watch app for Tesla is no different. It has a bunch of complications. So I've actually created here an Apple Watch face for Tesla. So if I'm out driving the car, this is the one I have on. So in the top here, you can see I've got the percentage left on my Tesla Model 3, so I can quickly get a glance without going into the app to see how much juice I've got left in the battery. On the left is a shortcut to the Watch for Tesla app. The bottom complication is a shortcut to open the boot. Because every day I'll take my bag in and out of work, and I'll often open my boot at least 2 to 3 times every day. So I like to have that there. I can walk towards the car and just tap it and the boot opens, which is really cool. And then on the right hand side, it's covered up here a little bit by the time of day that we're at now, but you can see it's got the interior temperature of the car and the exterior temperature of the car. So just handy to know in case it's winter or summer and you might want to cool down your car or defrost it in wintertime. If you want to add complications to your own Apple Watch, it's really easy to do once you've got the app installed. Hold down on one of the faces that you use or create a new one, then click edit, and then you can tap the complication that you want to change. Simply tap the complication and then you can change this for another one. Of course, it doesn't need to be a Watch app for Tesla complication, but of course, that's what we're talking about in this video. And then all you do is exit that and it will be saved on the home screen of your watch face. So tapping a button is pretty old school, right? So how about controlling your Tesla Model 3 with just your voice? Open charge port.
Okay, done.
Well, what's great about this is that it enables Siri shortcuts. So you can say things like, hey, open boot, open trunk, start charging, all of the things you would expect to do in your Tesla, and you can control that directly from the watch or the iPhone. Now, I actually recommend doing this directly from the iPhone. So if you want to set up Siri shortcuts, this is very easy to do, but there is a little step involved, and I'd recommend that you use the iPhone to do this. It just makes it a lot easier. So what we're going to do is open the iPhone app, as you can see here. We're going to go to settings here at the bottom, and then we're going to go to Siri shortcuts. Now you can see here there's a list of shortcuts, and all you need to do is just add the ones that you want to use. So you don't have to add all of them. If it's just things like closing the charge port you want to add or closing the frunk, you can just add those ones. So you simply go through, you can see we've got disable sentry, enable sentry, flash, honk, lock, open charge port, open frunk, open trunk, and just all of the shortcuts that you would expect. So all you do is simply add the one you want. Now, as you can see, a lot of these are in American English, like close trunk. Obviously we say boot here, but what you can do is add it to Siri, and then you can re-record the command. So you can say close boot, you can actually say whatever you like and save that, and then Siri will recognize that as the shortcut. So I actually think it's probably worth buying the app just to easily be able to add these Siri shortcuts. Of course, there are workarounds if you don't want to do this, but I just find it very, very simple that you can just add in all of these in an instant, and they work extremely well. So what are the downsides to using this app? And there are a couple. They're not big issues in my opinion, but the first one is that of course this is going to wake your car up every hour or so to actually get the information, so it can pull that in as a complication here on your Apple Watch or your iPhone or iPad. So what I've done is I've actually gone into the settings, and instead of waking the car once every hour, I've changed that to once every 5 hours. Because let's be honest, if your car's at 85%, it doesn't change that much in a 5-hour period, and it just stops your car getting woken up every hour on the hour throughout the night. Because if you do that, it's going to cause a little bit of battery drain. So I definitely recommend going into the settings and changing that so your car gets woken up a lot less. But of course, it's still going to use a little bit of battery power. Now, the second thing I was worried about is because these are so easy to access, I was worried that I would just get back to my car and I will have accidentally tapped a button and the boot would have opened and, you know, all of your stuff is nicked out of your car. But what I like about the app is that it does ask you to confirm, and it also warns you as well. So if you do open your boot and you haven't sort of checked it for a couple of minutes, it will alert you to say that your boot is open or your windows are vented. So it's pretty safe in that respect. I haven't had any issues in the 2 to 3 months that I've been using this app. So that's really, really cool. And I've been using it now for about 2 to 3 months. So I wanted to kind of give you a long-term review of the app. And I actually think it's really, really good. I don't actually use it all the time. I still use the Tesla app. But if I'm shopping, sometimes when I go out and about, I won't even take my iPhone or my Tesla car key because I've got the cellular Apple Watch, which means you can control your car completely with the Watch app for Tesla. And I just like it. If you are carrying a lot of shopping around, if you just want to use the Siri shortcuts and not get your phone out of your pocket, it's really handy for things like that, especially when you're carrying shopping or you want to open your charge port or you want to unlock your charge port if you've been charging. It's super handy for that. Is it worth $11.99? Honestly, I think only you can answer that question, but let me know in the comment section what you think about that. Of course, now, as you know, I own the company Buckle & Band. So if you are looking for a brand new Apple Watch strap for your Apple Watch, check out buckleandband.com. I'll put a link in the description below and a discount as well for anyone who's been watching these videos. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I think you might enjoy this one up here. So watch this video next, and I'll see you in the next one.